Alrighty, my quarantine learners. So this video is going to be in the social studies, science, and math sections in Canvas. So this is going to be the video repeated. You've probably already seen it, just because it's going to be in all three folders. It is mean, medium, mode, and range, right? All three of those subjects on the GED are going to use mean, medium, mode, and range on a different style, which is why the worksheet right after this video is going to be specific to that subject, maybe with specific science questions, specific social studies questions, specific math section questions, but the math overall is still the same. The mean, medium, mode, and range and how to find them is the same. Just the way it's given is going to differ per subject. So we are going to go over again mean, medium, mode, and range. So what I'm going to do is write here those words, the ones that I literally just said. You guys could write this down in your notes if you are doing that, or just refer to this, take a picture of the screen that has this the definitions to it, but please try to memorize this. I don't really like telling students to memorize stuff because that's more of a memory game at that point. But if there is something that I do want you to memorize, it's going to be this right here: mean, medium, mode, and range. So I'm going to write down the words and I'm going to write down how you find them. I'm going to be going and explaining what they mean, but I'm focusing more on how you find it. So first one is mean, aka average. The question on the GED is going to say, what is the mean, or what is the average? When you see those two words, they're both the same thing, and this is how you find it. What you got to do is, for the list of numbers that you have, for the data set, which we're going to go over examples, so don't freak out if I'm using words that you don't know, but they're going to be giving you a list of numbers, and they're going to be asking you how to find the mean, the median, the mode, and range. So they have to pertain, this whole subject pertains to number sets. So they give you the number sets, they ask for the mean or average. How do you find the mean or average? Is by adding the numbers, the list of numbers, then dividing by the amount of numbers there are. Pretty straightforward. All right. Median. Again, I'm going to be explaining this as I go. I just want to write this all down. Median. It is arranging from lowest to greatest number, then choosing the middle number. It's really hard to type on the small keypad that I got. The thing about median, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to write it here. And I'm going to explain this, so don't freak out if this doesn't make sense. If there's an even amount of numbers, find the mean of the two middle numbers. I'll explain that. Mode, easy, everybody's favorite. Number that pops up the most. Just memorize mode with most. Most, mode, most, mode, mode, most, mode, most. They both rhyme, so that should be a little hint there. And range, lowest number subtracted from the largest. So there's your little cheat sheet, my friends. I typed it all out for you. There probably mistakes I made with the writing. I don't really have time to look it over, but You guys get the idea. So now what we're going to do is go over some examples of how to find the mean, median, mode, and range for a couple data sets. Oh, there's one error that I just noticed. Wrangle. It's called range. My bad. You know what the other issue is, my friends? Man, I don't care. I was going to say I don't have my glasses on, but I don't care. So I want to go over a couple of examples. So let's start off with mean / average. Okay, so this is a good example on how the GED, or the GED might give you some more complicated looking, what's it called, questions. But for the most part, this is going to just get the idea down. In 5 football games, a team scored 14, 21, 3, 20, and 10 points. What is the mean or average score per game? Okay, so this is a perfect example. There's my list of numbers. They gave it to us. 14, 21, 3, 20, and 10 points. They want to know the mean. So, how do I find the mean? Do you remember? You add those numbers and then you divide by the amount of numbers there are. So, first things first, add those numbers. 14, 21 plus 3 plus 20 plus 10 equals 68. That's what the cheat sheet said, right? Add the list of numbers. What else did it say? Divide that answer, your total amount, which is 68. You have to divide that by the amount of numbers there are. How many numbers are there? Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 total numbers. So you divide your 68 by 5, and what we get is 13.6 points per game. And guess what? That's your average. That's your mean. You found it, right? And this is a perfect example of how it might look like. On the social studies test, they might give you a table or a graph or something. At the end of the day, you're looking, if they ask you for the mean of a list of numbers, it's just a matter of looking at the graph or looking at the map, looking for the table that they give you for the list of numbers, right? At the end of the day, we're just dealing with numbers here. How they present it to you, that might vary. Like in this next example, here's a table, you see? This is something science might give you, is like a table like this. Maybe in science, each of these columns might represent like a chemical, right? The theme might change depending per subject, but the math is all the same. You're looking for your list of numbers and you're giving them the answer of what they're asking for. In this example, they're asking for the median. During a 7-hour period, a bookstore recorded the following numbers of sales. Find the median number of sales. So there's my list of numbers: 43, 28, 24, 36, 32, 37, 48. And I need to find the median. How do you find the median? You arrange the list of numbers that they gave you, lowest to greatest. So you arrange it, okay? Arrange the values by size. 24 is the lowest, then it's 28, then it's 32, then it's 36, then it's 37, 43, 48. And then you choose the middle number. How do you do that? This is a good little technique here. Start on each end and work your way in. And what number do I see? The number that I see is, boom, 36. Pretty easy, right? But do you remember the little thing I added to the end of her sentence? I said if there's an even amount of numbers, find the mean of the two middle numbers. This is what I mean by that, okay? Robert has the following test scores in his math class: 90, 72, 88, 94, 91, and 80. What is the median score? So we're looking for the median again, all right? So just like before, arrange your list of numbers, no matter how it's presented. Find your numbers and rearrange them from lowest to greatest, all right? There's my list of numbers, lowest to greatest: 72, 80, 88, 90, 91, 94, okay? If we do my technique of working towards the middle, what we notice is there is no precise middle number, no exact middle number. There's technically two middle numbers, 88 and 90. This is what I mean. That's going to happen when you have an even amount of numbers. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an even amount of numbers. And you're always going to have two middle numbers when you have an even set. What's the exact middle number though? What is the median in this point? Well, like I said in my cheat sheet up above, when you find yourself in this situation, you must find the mean of those two middle numbers. This is your first test. Do you remember how to find the mean, or did you already forget? To find the mean / average, you add the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers there are. In this specific case, all you have to do is add 88 plus 90 and then divide that by 2. When you do that, 178 divided by 2, you get 89. 89 is the exact middle number in between those two. And it makes sense, right? 88, 90, what's the middle number between those two? 89. It makes sense. But that's because this is a simple example. Let's say we were dealing with decimals. Let's say we were dealing with larger numbers. Or let's say the two middle numbers had a bigger gap instead of just off by one number. Then it's not going to be so easy to see that, right? You're going to have to do the math. You're going to have to find the mean between those two numbers. But yeah, overall still simple. By the way, all of this is simple, you guys. To find the mean, median, mode, and range, as you can see in our 3 examples, we still got to do range. They're all easy. The only hard part is memorizing how to solve the mean, median, mode, and range. It's just memorizing the technique and not getting all of it confused. You know how many times I ask students to find me the median, and they're just like, that's when I add the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers, right? I'm like, no, that's mean, right? And then later when I ask them how to find the mean, they're just like, is it the number that pops up the most? I'm like, no, that's mode. You're going to get it all confused, but through practice, you're going to get it, all right? Moving on. The mode, like I just said, is the number that pops up the most, and that's what this question is asking. 6 weather stations recorded this following temperature at 3 p.m. 45 degrees, 44 degrees, 45 degrees, 47 degrees, 46 degrees, and 45 degrees. Tell me, what is the mode of the data? Just find the number that pops up the most. All right? When we do that, what we see is 45 pops up 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the others, they don't even repeat twice. 45 is the mode. Now, what do you have to watch out for? The mode is just this right here. Is the mode is the one that could have no answer, as in if no number repeated itself. What's the mode? There is none. The answer would literally be none. You'll see that option on your multiple choice options, right? Not only could it have no answer, it could have more than one. It could obviously have one answer, like in this example, but it could also have more than one answer. So let's just say I added 44 degrees here and 44 degrees there. Now, 45 and 44 are the answers, because both of them popped up 3 times each, right? So yeah, that's the only thing you got to watch out for mode. It could have no answer, it could have one answer, it could have more than one answer. So just watch out for that. Range. To find the range, I'll go back to one of my medium examples just because this is a good example. It's already listed for me from least to greatest. If we remember how to find the range, you arrange numbers from lowest to greatest. Did I say that? Oh my god, I did not. Oh, well, I didn't really say it, but it's in there. Lowest number subtracted from the largest. But I really recommend you having this in your head. Arrange numbers from lowest to greatest. Okay, just like the median, your first step should be arranging the numbers first. My apologies, y'all. So arrange the numbers from lowest to greatest. So in this example, going back to this example, I'm going to rearrange it, and there's my arrangement, right? But if they asked for the range, all you have to do is then subtract the lowest number from the biggest number. Okay? 48 minus 24. You get 24. And that would be the range if they were to ask you for the range. By the way, try to do this math both with the calculator and without a calculator. One last tip I want to teach you for the mean and average side of things is when they give you this question right here. What happens when they give us a missing variable? So there's my list of numbers. They substitute one of the numbers with a variable, which is an unknown number, a letter. They substitute with an X. And they give us the answer, 13.6. Let's pretend this stuff isn't here. All right. They might flip the question, right? They might give us the answer, give us the average, but then say, what was the missing variable? What was the missing number in there in the list of the data sets? How do you solve this? Well, luckily for you, you are going to have multiple choice options, right? A, B, C, and D. So, if you have multiple choice options, use it to your advantage. Go through each one. Yeah, that's right. Get your one, put it in to your data set, add all them up, divide them by 5 because there's 5 numbers, and what you're hoping you get is the answer 13.6, which is the one that they gave us. The answer that they gave us. When you put 1 in, it ain't going to give you the correct answer, obviously. So then you move on. You move on to the next option, option B. You put in a 2 into the missing variable. You do the calculations. You're hoping to get 13.6. You don't, so then you move on. What happens when you move on to the next one? You get the correct answer, all right? You have to take the multiple choice options to your advantage to get the answers and take advantage of it for those type of questions. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing else to teach you with this. Good luck on the worksheet. Please reach out if you need any questions. Submit the worksheets and I'll get it back to you graded and all. So hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys on the next one.